Yolan True and welcome to another exciting day in our galaxy. Today I want to introduce you to the Alliance STARBASE. We still haven't talked about that one, and it's an important part and a little bit of a fun part. If you want to see this, you have to go to your alliances, and there you can see your STARBASE if your alliance already has one. I just want to give you a quick look before I get into the details how to get it. And that's what it looks like, at least on the first part. To get an Alliance STARBASE, you first of all need subspace superconductors. What are subspace superconductors? Yeah, for this you have to shoot Cardassian armadas, and then as usual you go to your alliance store and can exchange Cardassian armada credits for some nice stuff. And there are different ones. There are, go to the first one, there are Cardassian loot. Those are the ones you get from uncommon Cardassian armadas. And with those you see already you get subspace superconductors. You get some more stuff, but we get to that later. And then there is also, superior Cardassian loot. You get those from defeating rare or epic Cardassian armadas. And then you can either buy the marquee bounties here, where you also get subspace conductors and more, or you can use them for Alliance altruism. There you don't get so much for yourself, but you get superconductors and stuff for the Alliance, and of course you get Alliance points, because with this STARBASE you get an Alliance reputation as well. The maximum is 10 million points, that's what I have. And if you ever leave the alliance, and if it's even for one day to switch to another alliance to do something there because they have a bigger territory or whatever, you get back to 0. So don't forget that when you are in or out. But we were talking about building the STARBASE, and so you need those superconductors to build the Alliance STARBASE, but only admirals or commodores can build the STARBASE in the first place. So if you are a member, just tell your admiral or commodore, build our STARBASE, if they haven't done that yet, if you have enough stuff. But what does the STARBASE do? And then it gets a little bit more complicated. You can harvest, depending on the level, collisional plasma or magnetic plasma, and with that you can build stuff on the STARBASE that gives buffs to the Alliance. I quickly have to collect it, although my STARBASE Commodore will kill me for interfering, but the collectors are full, and for that then you need to manually collect the stuff when it's full, so it starts collecting again. I hope it does. Otherwise we have to switch places, because to collect this stuff, quickly have a look where it was again. It's in big, so I can use that button. Those are these plasma storms. This is collisional plasma. The magnetic plasma is green. That's in different systems. And you need to put your STARBASE on one where there are still resources available. So I can have a quick look on ours. Yeah, there's still resources available, so it's collecting. And you have to deploy it here. That can also not be done by everyone, but I guess premiers can do that too, I think. We can have a look later. So you need to have your STARBASE on those mining nodes for plasma that have resources available to collect this stuff. I quickly can have a look on my list where there was the bigger ones. Oh yeah, that's, oh no, that's findable. In Pergem, for example, there is, I don't know it from just from, yeah, and that's typical Scopely again. And that I never cut out because you're supposed to see that it happens in this game. That's the way it is. But as I said, I sometimes have to look in my papers because you will not remember everything on your own. And so you have to put some things down. And now I know again where I can get magnetic plasma. And that's what I wanted to show you for a second before I press the wrong button. And the game is, especially here on the iPad, is crashing a lot every day. It's a bit better on my computer, but here you see there is this magnetic plasma. There's another STARBASE on it at the moment. And you can see it shows a button assault, because when your Alliance STARBASE is deployed on a node like this, other alliances can attack it. And those were those assault manifests, those manifests you saw in the credit exchange from Cardassian armadas, and you can earn them with that one, with the altruism, but you also can earn them in your dailies, so that's not a big problem to get them. You see I've got tons of those because we don't do station assaults that often, but from time to time there are events where you need to do it, or you can do it during an incursion as well. But if you do this, it's not an armada, the others will defend. I will not go into the full detail, not show you how we attack one now. I will do an STARBASE assault video in the future where we attack one, and then you can see how this works in the armada way, so to speak. But the alliance that owns the station will get an alert, so your whole screen will light up, so to speak, and there's a message that your STARBASE is under attack, and they will defend it if they're online. We've had this recently when another alliance mixed, they were not so experienced, so they mixed up our STARBASE with a normal armada, and they attacked our STARBASE, and of course we defended it, and that was an unexperienced armada with lower level players, and so of course they didn't get anything from our STARBASE, but they learned the difference between armadas and STARBASE assaults. But usually people will defend, of course, and that can end up in very epic fights. So that's the fun about STARBASE assault at some time. But as I said, I will make a video on that. I first want to go to the benefits of the STARBASE, because there are two parts of the STARBASE, and you have to harvest this stuff and get semiconductors to upgrade stuff here. For example, yeah, I can show you still. There's, for example, the plasma processor that gives you more plasma capacity. There are other things like the diplomacy one. I can't. Yeah, sometimes this game is really annoying. The tactical deck gives you a bonus against the Cardassian targets like armadas and stuff. And you see that you need to pay for, first of all, collisional plasma, then magnetic plasma, but also semiconductors. And we are low to build the next tactical deck at the moment, so we need another 20,000 to build that. But they all have advantages, and this is more the processing side. You see here there are the plasma vaults. There are these, I have to finish one again to show you, the plasma harvesters. You have to build them all, and they all need something to be built before you can build the next one. But it has a second part that was introduced a little bit later, and that is the battle part, so to speak. There you have a command and control. There's upgrading for the hull health of your STARBASE, for for the defense, in this case the piercing upgrade, or in this one you have the damage upgrade. So this is the military part of your starbase, so to speak, but you have to upgrade it as well, like the processing part. And the higher you levels, of course, the stronger your starbase, and so as much harder it is to destroy it and to steal plasma from you, because in starbase assaults you steal plasma from the others. And so it's important to upgrade it. We decided to have one Starbase Commodore who has the overview of all of this, because it's a bit complicated what you need at what time, because there's something else nice that comes with the Starbase but makes upgrading the Starbase more complicated, and that is research. Because with the Starbase you also get research. And so I quickly have to finish one of my researches to show you. There is a full new section of Starbase research here that you don't have unless your alliance has a Starbase. And there you find tons of great upgrades. There are prime ones as well, where you either have to pay or have to wait for a higher level to get the resources to do it. But there's a lot about territory. There's a lot of research like the Cardassian weak points, where you increase the critical hit damage of your ships. There's territory, there's assault. There is also other stuff with armadas. You see increases critical hit damage against all armada targets. Or I think there was one I could show you. This is my R&D department. But what you can research here not only depends on your R&D facility on your own station. It also depends on the tactical deck, the diplomacy thing, and whatever on the Starbase. So there are a lot of things you cannot, you see, here it needs tactical deck level 10. It's not level 10 yet, you just saw it 7. And until then, I cannot continue researching here. And it's the same with a lot of researchers. So it's in your own interest to help your alliance get superconductors to upgrade the Starbase. And I quickly go to Cardassian space up here. Yeah, there's Cardassia Prime, there's Bajor, but there's Cardassia. And here you will find those Cardassian stations and Cardassian hostiles. Yeah, all looking like Terok Nor. And there you get rewards, and you get 2 rewards. You get the normal UC rewards, but you also get Cardassian loot. So from time to time, it's good to do Cardassian armadas instead of FKR ones to get the superconductors, and that you can exchange in the Alliance store those Cardassian loot, because you need that stuff to upgrade your Alliance Starbase. So everyone in the Alliance needs to work for it to get the materials, and the whole Alliance will benefit from it. Not only the buffs from the Starbase itself, but also makes you able to do more Starbase research, which has a lot of nice stuff for you personally. So helping your Alliance helps you a lot there. And I don't want to make it too complicated, because the Starbase is complicated, and you really should have one in your alliance taking care of it that knows what he or she is doing. So it's good that not everyone can fiddle around with, but we quickly can go to the information for a second. And you see that the Alliance Starbase can be repaired, and there can modules be upgraded or built by Premier to Admiral. So operatives cannot build anything or move the Starbase or whatever, but they all can contribute resources, and they can all click collect on the harvesters, which is not bad. But only Premiers to Admirals can build something or send out the deploy or undeploy the Starbase. And so that's another point. People are always promoting a lot just for fun. keep an eye on how many people you promote to certain things, because at some point you lose the overview of who is doing what with your Starbase, for example. In the Starbase, there you can easily waste stuff on things you don't need at the moment, and then it's missing for the stuff you really need at the moment for the research. So have someone who's really responsible, so that not everyone who is able to even presses buttons there. And as long as our Starbase Commodore is there, I don't press buttons there, except the harvesting thing a second ago. But you saw that I didn't even press the speed up part, because for the next ones we are probably lacking some superconductors anyway. You see that there's one upgrade running at the moment for another 16 hours, and you can speed it up because you can also earn speed ups for this. And you have an inventory where you not only see what you have, what your alliance has collected for your territory, but also for the Starbase. So some things in here are for the territory takeovers or defense, and some are for the Starbase. And you need these alliance reserves, collisional plasma, magnetic plasma. We don't have active plasma yet. And subspace conductors for the upgrades. And you see there are speed ups. We don't have, we have a few at the moment. And with that we can speed up the upgrading. But as long as we have too few superconductors like at the moment, it doesn't make sense to speed it up, but you can. And that was the last point I definitely wanted to show you, because it's too complicated to do all at once. I will go through the research in a separate video again in far more detail. And of course, Starbase assaults I will do in far more detail in another video, because they are fun when people are defending. Then it's real fun. And I hope I could give you a little overview over the Starbase today. If you like my videos, please do not forget to subscribe to this channel. And if you like this video especially, please give it a thumbs up. And if you have something to add, to ask, want some advice, or just say hi, please leave a comment under the video. I always like to read them. And if you want to see something else right now about cruise ships, buildings, whatever, the next video is right here in the end screen. I'll see you there. I'll be back.